Hi, Max Frizalone here with FrizWoods, and today I want to address 3 of the most common misconceptions about warrants in Maryland criminal cases. Let's jump right into it. The first and most common misconception that I think most people have about warrants in Maryland is that all warrants are created equal. In fact, we see 3 different types of warrants in Maryland criminal cases, and each one is different. The first and most common warrant is known as an arrest warrant, and it's issued by either a judge or a commissioner on request of a police officer or even a private citizen here in Maryland who's sworn out under penalty of perjury some basis or probable cause for a criminal charge. An arrest warrant authorizes a police officer or a sheriff or other law enforcement officer in Maryland to detain and arrest a person and transport them to a detention center where they'll see a commissioner and then a judge for a bail review. The second type of warrant that we commonly see is a bench warrant, and it's called that because it's actually signed for on the bench by a judge. Bench warrants are most commonly issued in the situation where a person FTAs or fails to appear at their case, or if they VOP, violate probation. Sometimes we see a bench warrant issued if a person is summoned for a criminal offense, but they're unable to be served, whether that's due to incorrect information or dodging service. The third type of warrant that we see is referred to as a search and seizure warrant. These are applications made by either detectives or police officers that must be supported by a written affidavit with probable cause and the officer's qualifications. Common places to be searched include vehicles, homes, and sometimes may even authorize a law enforcement officer to search a person or obtain a DNA swab, a buccal swab. The second most common misconception about warrants is that a person must be arrested if a warrant's been issued for them. In fact, most warrants, if not all, as far as arrest goes, can be recalled or quashed on the request of either a person or their attorney. Bench warrants can often be recalled by a motion. A motion to recall a bench warrant can be submitted with the criminal court that actually authored the warrant, and a judge may consider your basis for recalling the warrant. For example, if you missed a court date, your attorney may be able to inform the court that the case had not been set in a long time and you had been moved, or you might have had a death in the family, or perhaps if you were not served with a summons, that's because they were not provided with the correct information for you as far as an address goes. Arrest warrants can even be quashed. In the rare situation where you're actually aware of a pending arrest warrant, or if the county in which your arrest warrant was issued makes that information public after a certain amount of time of unserved status, you may be able to hire an attorney to actually recall an arrest warrant and in some cases convert that arrest warrant to a summons where you can go sign for the charges and your bail would basically be personal recognizance. Search and seizure warrants can't be recalled, but that's also because they're secretive and used as part of an investigation process. And that brings us to misconception number 3. All warrants are a secret. Bench warrants, which are signed by a judge, are not secret at all. In fact, they're always public information, and they're actually contained in the court file, which can be accessed at any Maryland courthouse in an MDEC portal. Arrest warrants are often secret, but like I said earlier, certain counties actually make that information public after a certain amount of time, and some counties even have a warrant apprehension unit whose entire goal it is to help serve warrants or contact people who might have outstanding warrants to effectuate service or retention of an attorney to explain to a court why the warrant's been pending for so long. If you think that you might have a warrant for a case, contact our firm, and if your case is here in Maryland, we'd be happy to help you. Thanks.